Soon. Soon.
Am I still marked as retro? No, I don't want to be retro. This isn't retro. Did you change? No, you're still 7 days. Okay. No, take that. Let's be safe. And I missed. Hear it, but I don't see it. Why are you always the first one?
Get lost. Wipe that smirk off your face. Doing one job doesn't make us look, blockhead. I'll give you... Well, good luck. By the looks of it, you're gonna need it.
Don't mind if I do. That's not where I need to go. Excuse me. Shit. God, I hate you freaking crawlers. Okay. Alright, I'll do this damn thing real quick. I already have a stone axe. Come on, where's the buried treasure? It's the farthest away I've ever seen this damn treasure. Usually it's a lot closer than this. There it is. Okay. Over the hills and far away, to return one day. The hills over the hills and far away. Over the hills. Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandma. Mountains and the sea. Over the hills and far away. Over the hill, over things far away. A far off place where heroes welcome will be waiting for me.
Yeah, what? Well, look here, boys. We got ourselves a real-life hero, and now he wants to be paid. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't. I'd say it's been an honor to work with you, but it would be a lie.
Hello, John. This is 7 Days to Die. How is it going? Of a far-off place where heroes welcome will be waiting for me, and the crowds will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be." I can go the distance. I swear you'd played 7 Days with us at one point, John. I mean, I guess it was significantly older, but... That's glitchy. Ooh, excuse me. Huh. You might be able to play it on the Steam Deck. I would absolutely recommend using the Proton to play it. There is a native OpenGL and Vulkan version that runs like dog shit. So I would definitely recommend using the Windows version as opposed to the native Linux version. Because the native Linux version, it starts out kind of, you know, feeling like, oh, you know, it's running okay. And then there's a memory leak in it that hasn't been fixed, that's been there for years. So it just progressively gets worse. Laggier and laggier over time. The Windows version eventually bogs down, but comparatively, it runs flawlessly. Yeah, that's definitely fair, John. Shoot. Ooh, a water purifier mod. Heck yeah. Really need the bones right now. Won't have a... Does have a modifier slot. Sweet. Heck yeah. I lucked out like crazy getting that modifier or that freaking water purifier mod so early. think I can make it back there in time. Steam Deck has made it to where I refuse to ever get anything that uses Linux except Android. Why? You realize that the Steam Deck's like going into desktop support is not designed very well, yes? And that other distros are significantly easier than Steam Deck? Like, honestly, everything that I've seen about the Steam Deck, it's significantly worse than any other Linux distro. Except for a very specific hand-picked set of games. Mostly because it's so locked down.
Stop! Slap that smirk off your face. Doing one job doesn't make us pals. Got it?
Ooh, I want the crab. I have to take the jar, honey. I got that jar of honey from him super quick. Or super perfect timing. Because honey only cures 1% of a bacterial infection, and or only 5% of a bacterial infection, and I was at like 1.2. Oh, why is there 3 zombies here? Yeah, that isn't a primary. Oh, that isn't a primary Linux issue. That is a Steam Deck specific issue. Things like that are so problematic that there have been other distros designed to replace SteamOS that I'm on one right now. Catchy OS is what it's called, based on Arch, just like SteamOS. But they have a significantly better. I mean, I'm running the straight desktop version, but the only difference is that it doesn't have the default built-in tablet mode that the tablet version has, and I have no issues. Yeah, that isn't. I understand that it's spoiled your view of Linux, but that is not a Linux specific issue. That is entirely a Steam Deck. Don't get me wrong, Linux isn't 100% easy all the time, but it doesn't have that many problems. If I set up a game and regularly updated my computer, there would be no issues. The game would still run fine. Keep that in my inventory. Yeah, I'm sorry that your use of Linux got spoiled by Valve's OS. Okay. I recently reinstalled Windows, specifically for playing Fortnite with my aunt, because it's the only game she plays right now, and I wanted to play a game with her. And that experience was hell. I've had so many issues with that. I finally got it figured out and working, but in the, 3 years that I've been main driving Windows or Linux, I have never had even remotely close to as many issues as I had trying to start up on Windows. Mostly driver related. Should probably keep. What kind of ammo does this use? 9mm. Do I have any 9mm? Don't have any 9mm. Sure, I'll find some though. Right, let's figure out. Make a wood storage crate and place a wood storage crate. Dad got Linux for one of his computers. When was that? Because over the last 4 years, Linux, especially if you go for the like specially designed desktop distributions, has become significantly more user-friendly. I know a lot of people start with Ubuntu, which I wouldn't recommend to anyone. Ubuntu sucks really bad. On the other hand, some of the distributions that are based on Ubuntu are pretty good. Linux Mint is a good one. Zorin OS, that's a good one. That's actually designed to look and feel like Windows. Oh, that's, yeah. Ubuntu is terrible. It has been for at least 4 or 5 years is when it started to go downhill. Canonical made a lot of bad decisions in how they ran their company and their distribution. But yeah, distributions that are based on Ubuntu tend to do a lot better. Or Debian, distributions based on Debian. For newer users, I'll always recommend, a Debian or Ubuntu-based distribution, just because they tend to be the easiest to get a handle on. They tend to have a lot more people developing them that are going out of their way to design things that are going to be good for new users. Performance, like if you want super good performance, your best options are Arch Linux or Fedora. But a lot of them are not going out of their way to be new user friendly at all. I would consider Catchy OS pretty new user friendly. It's got a nice app store that works really well, and you don't have to go into the terminal for most things. That's another thing too with using the SteamOS. As far as I'm aware, SteamOS doesn't, for the desktop side, doesn't have like an app store. You have to rely on the terminal for everything. That's not all Linux. There are plenty of Linux distributions that go out of their way to bake in things that you do not have to rely on the terminal at all. Pop! OS, that's one that their app store is and their update system is so ingrained, and their system is set up where you don't have to use terminal at all. Even on those distributions, I prefer using terminal just because for me it's quicker and easier. But for there's a lot of people who hate the terminal with a passion, and most new desktop distributions nowadays are going out of their way to remove that. It's going to be less of a feature with most Arch-based distributions, except for a handful. Manjaro has a fairly good app store. Catchy, the one I'm on, it has an app. It's not an app store. Stop breaking my doors, you bastards. Anyway, it's not an app store. It's just an application that speaks with the terminal, so you don't have to. It's called PAMAC. And the cool thing about PAMAC is that if you add alternative app stores, so any Arch distribution comes defaulted with Pacman, which is just the terminal package management system, and whatever repos that they have in their Pacman. But you can install Flatpak. Flatpak is a really, really good alternative package manager. And the reason, there's some negatives to it, but it basically pulls the entirety of the program that you're looking for, as well as all of the prerequisites that are required to run it, and it runs it in it's in a closed system. So let's say if you download Minecraft, right? Let's say your system doesn't have Java installed. Well, if you downloaded, a Minecraft launcher from Flatpak, Java would be baked into that launcher by default. So it wouldn't read your system. It wouldn't require any of your system installs to run, right? So especially for newer users in systems where it's defaulted, where it's defaulted with Pacman or Flatpak, it's really helpful in that way. Also, if let's say your system updates and the game you're running can't use a new version of something that's been updated, doesn't matter. You downloaded it through Flatpak, so it's not using your system libraries. Things like that. There are you know, utilities you can get to make things simpler. But like I was saying earlier, you're not. SteamOS is terrible to run as like on the Linux side of things as a desktop, which is why they kind of tried to move away from that. They used to actually provide SteamOS for personal use, to use as a desktop operating system, and then they said screw that and just put it straight on the Steam Deck, and that's it. They got rid of the desktop version because they were terrible at setting up for desktop version. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you're gonna do what you're gonna do if you know you absolutely do not ever want to touch Linux outside of your Steam Deck. That's fine. I'm just, you know, letting you know that your experience with Linux on Steam Deck is not the average user's experience. And everything I've heard about desktop mode on the Steam Deck is negative. Like, everything. I don't want to go traversing at nighttime because between 10 o'clock and 4 a.m., zombies can run. But unlike Minecraft, I can't just sleep in a bed and the day go by. Do I have some vitamins in here? No. Guess while I'm here, I'll work on these. Craft a torch for a light source. Have a torch. Then we place the torch. Place torch. Placing torch. Craft wood spikes. What do I need for that? Wood spikes. Just wood. How much wood do I have? Where did all my wood go? Did I put it in this other chest that I made? I did. Yes, place it. Yeah. Let's place it down here. At least for now. I don't plan on using this door, so I will place it in front of it. Yeah. That's fair. And I mean, like I said, I can honestly name off multiple. That is glitched beyond belief. I can name off multiple distributions that would do exactly that. Would just work out the box. Steam Deck is just not designed. The SteamOS is just not designed around desktop mode, so it goes out of its way to screw over desktop mode users. Fair enough. Ba, 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 ba. Wait a minute. What's back there? Oh. Some foul trash, which is more wood. I'm happy with that. And let's repair this. Where'd my... Repair. No, I'm really... I don't even like that I reinstalled Windows to play fucking Fortnite. Especially not with the new AI shit just being forced down our throats. Like, I'm not completely and totally against AI. I just want AI, you know, on my terms. And Microsoft is going out of their way to go, hey, none of the people who actually are using Windows want this crap, but corporate executives do. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on there so we can steal everyone's information. Amongst other things. Windows 11 is awful. Can't even move the taskbar without going into the freaking registry editor anymore. And I like my taskbar at the top of the screen. And then even if you go into the registry editor, it's not designed to use it that way, so it doesn't work properly. Okay, and 4 o'clock, almost. Where is the... Trader Rect. Is that the way? Am I going the right way? No, that is the way. I'm just waiting for See, here's a good example of a situation where I think the AI could be good. Valve is working on a non-kernel level, server level AI anti-cheat. And if they get that out good enough, and it proves to be, you know, more effective than like a kernel level anti-cheat, places or companies will start switching to it, which will make it to where it will be immediately functional on Linux because it won't require any kind of program to run on, or, you know, or backend to run on Linux because it's server level, which would open up a load of different games, multiplayer games, Linux users. I don't play a bunch of multiplayer games on average, but you know, the option is, I would like the option to be there, you know? I would like the option to play multiplayer games if I want. And companies are using every excuse they can to not have Linux support. It's funny, some of them are, you know, they try to pull the whole, oh well, it's because there's this thing that some players are doing that's bypassing our anti-cheat systems, and it's like, okay, Linux users make up maybe 1% of your player base, and maybe 1% of that are actually hacking. That's like 0.0 or 0.1% of your entire player base. There's a potential possibility of them hacking. So get rid of all support for all Linux users. Yeah. 20% of your player base is hacking. Most of them are on Windows that have easy fixes to fix their problems. But no.
How about I empty your pockets?
Ooh.
I got work to do if you don't mind. Well, good luck. By the looks of it, you're gonna need it. You gonna buy
have
some
any
food or
vitamins?
just stand there like a goddamn idiot?
Do you have vitamins? I would like vitamins. It's hobo stew. I don't need hobo stew. I need vitamins. Antibiotics. So, here's the thing. The 1%, I say it from a Linux standpoint, but it's not just Linux users that have issues with kernel level anti-cheats. It's also Mac users, which make up more of of player bases than Linux does. Yes, Windows still has the vast majority of it, but that 1% on a lot of games is still in the hundreds of thousands.
I don't even know
it's
why
not
I open the
minuscule
doors.
levels. Okay, you don't have vitamins. Damn it. And it's more of a, because of SteamOS and the kind of handheld market that has started primarily around Linux systems. The Linux user base is increasing drastically. I don't think, it's unlikely to ever hit the levels of Windows unless Microsoft continues down the stupid way that they are going. But there's always that chance. And actually, if another thing that could potentially increase Linux support in general would be if Microsoft goes through with something that they've talked about doing, which is disabling kernel level anti-cheats or kernel level access at all to any program, which would make kernel level anti-cheats not run on Microsoft, or on Windows either. Which in that case, it would all have to be surface level anti-cheats as opposed to kernel level, and then Linux would be in the same situation. Because it wouldn't matter, kernel or surface level, or not surface level, operating system level. It wouldn't matter in that case, because running it online would run fine. Okay, I thought I had hit the freaking bullets. So I got real confused when there was just stuff from a cabinet in my bullets that I was hitting. Whoa. Come on. Come on down. Ooh. Ooh, nice. And all sorts of good stuff in this place. See, I don't normally. An example of when I have had to is with Fortnite because of my Aunt Barbie. But overall, I don't usually play multiplayer games, except for lately I've been playing Marvel Rivals, but Marvel Rivals doesn't use a kernel level anti-cheat, so. And I haven't had really any experiences with cheaters on Marvel Rivals, except for one, but it was a very minuscule. And that's the thing. It's the kernel level anti-cheats. You know, they tout them as being these amazing things, but you get just as many cheaters on a kernel or on a system using a kernel level anti-cheat as you do on a system level anti-cheat. The difference is minuscule. It drops cheating numbers by like maybe 1% at most of the entire game population. And it opens up your systems to massive backdoor problems. You know, it opens up your player systems to
Now that you
backdoors.
did the job, I guess you ain't that damn bad after all.
Ooh, lockpicks. I'll take those. I don't want to do buried supplies. I'll do a fetch.
Oh, look who's tired of eating out of dumpsters, and good luck. You better not make me regret this.
Oh, I'm gonna make you regret it. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I don't play many PvP games. Marvel Rivals is the newest one, and then, you know, I started playing Fortnite because of Aunt Barbie. That's pretty much it. I don't even play Fortnite often. Played every once in a while, but Come on, John, we gotta get back into Team Fortress 2. Can play that on the Steam Deck, probably. Gotta search this toilet. Alright, what are you sending me? Oh god. Son of a bitch. Stamina regen. Oh, I don't need that. Ah, I see. Sprained leg, it's okay. No, we're gonna just continue on to where I was going. Nope, don't care about you. Ooh, I should probably stop running on my sprained leg. But see, so the thing that bugs me, like, okay, anti-cheats. I'm still irritated by, you know, companies that go out of their way to leave Linux out of their anti-cheat. But then you have companies like Roblox. Roblox went out of their way. They don't even have a kernel level anti-cheat. And they went out of their way to this is retrieve supplies. Anyway, they went out of their way to lock Linux users out of playing the game. Just because. No reason. That there wasn't like an... They didn't claim that, oh, there was more Linux users hacking. You know, that sort of thing. His dad was the South Park. Huh? Oh, never mind. I kind of... Oh, God. Why are you running at me? Y'all shouldn't even run. Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. I haven't even looked at it yet, and I know who you're talking about. I hear... Nah, I know exactly who you're talking about. I've seen some of his videos. In fact, some of the information I've gotten about kernel level anti-cheat is from him. I would love antibiotics. It's a satchel. Check out there in a minute. I got everything in here. I think he might have been the, where I even heard that, Valve was working on an AI-powered anti-cheat to replace kernel level. Did I say Microsoft? I meant Valve. I don't know anything about the New Jersey drone. actually use that. I don't have anything. Well, let's see. Maybe I can use it in like my coat. Modify. Is it only? Oh, no. Cool. Grumpy's pub. I would love a bicycle. Oh, neat. I mean, I trust zero things the government says, so I completely distrust them saying that it's not coming from us or a foreign government. I don't think those are drones. I'm pretty sure those are UFOs at that point. Not to mention multiple different organizations, including the government, have come out and said that aliens are real now, so, you know, took them long enough to admit it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's that. You want a pizza? Come to Mama's Pizza. Ooh, I shouldn't do that. I have sprained leg. I would like a stun baton. Mm-hmm.
Hey, asshole, you better not. Well, look here, boys. We got ourselves a real-life hero, and now He wants to
Ooh.
be paid.
500 wood. Oh, or tactical warfare. I'll get tactical warfare.
You break any of my shit, you're paying double.
That's not nice. Ah, I have just enough for one.
Cha-ching! Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I'll drop off stuff and then come back. Last episodes of the X-Files, I did not. Far over the misty mountains cold, two dungeons deep, we must away ere break of day to find our long forgotten gold. Find glory on the high. The wind was mowing. Walk over zombie, it's fine. I'm almost there. I could really use a bicycle right about now. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Where? Oh, there. Oops. Better watch out, John. There's CIA in your chat, I'm sure. There's CIA in this chat, I'm sure. They're watching you. Big Brother is always watching, John. Stop running. Apparently I never hit that mailbox. True. Wrong door. Yeah, we have this storage crate over here. Fill this up first. Let's scrap that out. Make those. We don't keep those just in case. Keep the 9mm ammo. Don't have anything to use that with yet. Okay. 1, need points. Still need points. And it's 150. I could probably go do another mission. And it stopped raining. Perfect timing. I should probably turn that off at some point. Are you talking about aliens or the drones? I'm pretty sure New Jersey is landlocked. Then again, I could be completely wrong. I'm not the smartest tool in the shed. I'm wet. Oh, right, I've upgraded my strength. I was really confused for a second because I have 41 minutes of weakness, which I've been trying to find vitamins for. To be fair, I don't really pay attention to the East Coast. I don't want to look again, John. That's a lot of effort. All right. Wrecked, give me something. Thought I was gonna
Get
sneeze.
lost, bum.
Wow, wrecked.
I don't like you, but maybe I'd say it's been an honor to work with you, but it would be a lie.
I really wish that I would start a new 7 Days map not directly next to Wrecked, because I really don't like dealing with Wrecked. He's just an asshole. There's so many better options. I'm gonna avoid that right now. I don't feel like dealing with those kind of zombies. No, 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 no. There'd probably be vitamins in here. maybe in the ambulance. Nope. What about that ambulance? Good to know, though, that there's a clinic over here. Could use it to find or search antibiotic. Antibiotics. Anakin, I have the high ground. Don't try it. You tried it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get up. Shoot, I don't have any food on me. Crap. Hopefully this place I'm going to has some food. This place might have some food. Okay, see you when you get back. Blah, 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 blah. Oh. That wasn't the right place. Where? Oh. Apparently I've been near here before. Oh yeah, I have been to this one before. Well, let's get you before you come get me. Alright, let's see, that one's locked. Pretty sure I have to go up that ramp. I don't think there's any outside entrances other than up the ramp. But it's worth a look. Locked. Could break through some windows. Alright. Up the ramp. Ooh. Ow! That wasn't nice. Had to make sure. Nothing good in there. That claw. Uh-oh. Why am I starting to lag? You want to stop? Let's turn on the dynamic resolution. Why are you not dead yet? Or at least on the ground. Giving you like 3 headshots. No zombies? And this door. Zombies? Okay, there's a way up into the attic from there. Fire plant. Alright, I have to get up into the attic. Damn it. And I could, like, dig to it from here. Alright. Medical supplies. Rocket launcher parts. Sweet. Silencer mod. Where's the... Oh, this was to clear the area. I'm gonna reboot the game real quick. Oh, excuse me. Welcome back. Let's see if that fixes the weird issue I was just having. Okay, spawn. 28 years later. Oh, the well, hello there, Siren. How are you doing? 28 years later. I don't even know what that is. So, no. I didn't get any food from them. Oh, I got corn. Just straight corn. That's not gonna be enough. The third movie of what? Oh, 28 days later? Right. You missed 7 days? We'll get back into 7 days. Is there a reason you can't play it? Well, I haven't watched 28 Days either. I might watch it, but as of right now, I have no direct plans to. No PlayStation. What do you have, Siren? 28 days later, 28 weeks. Oh. See, didn't know any of those. Obviously, you're watching Twitch on the phone. Switching your phone. Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't try to port. Go away. No. Shoe fly. Don't bother me. I'm surprised that they didn't try to port 7 days to the phone. No, not you.
Okay, fucker. Well, look here, boys. We got ourselves a real-life hero, and now he wants to be paid.
Always. Yeah, you know what? We're going to take that. And what food do you have?
Look quick, buy quicker, piss off fastest.
What if I don't want to? I'm going to go slow. Ooh, he's got hobo stew. Yeah.
All right, now that we're done doing business, get out of my store.
What do you mean? They would just have to drop the view distance down to nothing and put it on lowest graphic settings. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but why would they do that when they could release it sooner and make more money? I might not be. I was actually considering heading out right when you popped in here. I was thinking, once the nighttime hits, I'll go back to my house and pop all my stuff in the inventory, and I'll go ahead and pop off. And then you popped it, so I had to say hello. But regardless, thanks for showing up. If I am still on in 45 minutes, who knows? I do have the attention span of a squirrel, and that includes in, you know, stopping doing things. I'm gonna stop doing this. 2 hours later. I think my longest stream was actually a result of that, because I tend to stream for like 1.5 to 3 hours, and kind of kept forgetting that I was streaming and streamed for 5.5 hours. Well, hey there, Catatan. Goes pretty well. Game's going okay. I have not found any vitamins, which is irritating given that I have weakness currently, but otherwise, how's your day going? Oops, wrong door. I need to get... Ah, cool. Arch is always a good option, though. In some situations, definitely not for the faint of heart. Though it's not nearly as, Where are they coming from? Not nearly as, annoying to set up as it used to be. Given that there's a built-in script for installation now, called Arch Install. Though they're not super public about it, so some people don't know that it exists. I'm not running a base Arch currently. I recently switched off. I'm running... Brain just died. Catchy OS, which is based on Arch. I decided to give it a try. Yeah. Grub can be irritating. I mean, by far, it's pretty much the best bootloader that Linux has to offer in terms of usability and just. But it's not. It's this pain. Grub's a pain. Yeah, actually, over the last handful of days, I've kind of distro hopped around a bit. I was on a base Arch, and then I had installed OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, which overall, OpenSUSE Tumbleweed is a really good distro. Very user-friendly for newer users, but it's still a rolling release, so it's a lot more up-to-date. But I'd never used the net install because I'm not entirely sure why, but the net install installs a bunch of broken packages, and you have to go back through and reinstall all of it. Or else, I mean, even something as simple as Firefox, none of the codecs and plugins that are required to like run a Twitch video are installed by default. Master boot record, it worked as I expected on GPT. Boot into terminal. Not gonna do Linux. I'm gonna do Linux later down the line. Might as well put myself through the real deal. Fair enough. I mean, you want to go the real deal, you gotta go Gentoo. Or Linux from scratch. You can pull up the Linux from scratch books. Those are painful. Fun if you're into that sort of thing, but painful. Yup, there is not. I remember the first time I installed Arch. It was an experience. I would recommend using the Zen kernel, especially if you plan on doing any kind of gaming. Improves performance, gets rid of a lot of kernel panic bugs, that sort of thing. Or if you're not planning on gaming, honestly, the LTS kernel is pretty solid. It's not as out of date as like a Debian, but it's not as, bleeding edge as Arch usually is. I think the last time I used it, it was like a point version behind. So when I was using it, it was the LTS kernel was 6.6, and I think the current kernel version was 6.7. No. Arch Linux has multiple different Linux kernels built into Pacman that you can swap between. Zen Linux is basically, it's the base Linux kernel with a few extra patches and some switch around in the code to make the kernel run a lot smoother and have a lot better performance. So it's not Ubuntu to Debian, it's still Arch. It's just a different underlying kernel on top of Arch, or under Arch. Warhammer 40k episode on Secret Level on Amazon. It's the 5th episode and it's really good. I'd probably start from the beginning of that as opposed to just go straight to the 5th episode. Yeah, no problem. And if you really want to get into it, CatchyOS does their own kernel that is on the Arch user repositories that is better than Zen, my opinion. It uses a different process schedule and whatnot. It bleh, has better performance than Zen slightly. But if you go with the Arch user repository terminal, or the kernel, it's going to be a little bit more of a pain in the butt to update. Every time you say Pac-Man, all I can think about is the Pac-Man episode. So I wouldn't recommend using the CatchyOS kernel unless you actually switch to CatchyOS. Just because it'll be a lot simpler to update if you keep it within the Pac-Man system. And in that case, I would recommend using the Zen kernel. I mean, I understand they're self-contained, but I want to watch all of it now. I wouldn't necessarily say boring. The negative to using a kernel from the Arch user repository is there is a lot more increased chance of borking your system. Which, I mean, yeah, if you want to go through the process of troubleshooting that, be my guest. Using it, being as it's a kernel, it's not going to be as likely, but it's still there. Nighttime. Daytime. Alright. Any zombies out here? I'm assuming that you've played 7 Days. Could be wrong. Oops. Whoopsie. Big fat fingers hitting buttons. Okay. See you later, John. Have a good night. Whee! The negative to this house is there's nothing in super short distance. Alright, you know what? We'll work on the quests. What have I got? No. Upgrade a block to cobblestone. Building block. I'd rather find holes. Ooh, actually, I'll make 2. Ah. Shit. I should have made 4. Okay. I can do that. I suppose I can do that. Oh, gosh. Alright, and I need cobblestone. Where are you? Where'd you go? There. Ooh, I don't probably have enough, do I? Put this down here. Nighty night, John. Okay, I have enough to make 2. That's good enough for now. And harvest resources from a dead animal with a bone knife. I don't have a bone knife. I should probably make that. Place a campfire. I can do that one. Just need stones. Right. Campfire. And let's put it... Put it right here. Is this table a 2-part? What the crap? Alright. Place the campfire. Craft some charred meat. I don't know if I have any meat to char. Brass radiator. Dost I have any meat to char? I don't think I can turn charred rotting flesh into charred meat. Get out of my fingernail, thank you. So I can't do that quest. I don't have any meat. I have no meat. Eat charred meat. Drink from water source. Why would I drink from a lake? Oh, actually. Might be able to actually do that. Place a dew collector. How do I make a dew collector? What do I need for that? Scrap polymers. I have some of those. Iron pipes, duct tape. I don't think I have enough duct tape. Yeah, I only have 1 duct tape. I think I have enough iron pipe. I don't have enough scrap polymers either. Craft a farm plot. What do I need for that? Can I even do that one yet? I can. Wood, rotting flesh, nitrate powder. I don't have that. Okay. Scrap some items. Ah. Let's see if there's any more I want to scrap. I need that. I can't scrap that. It's already parts. Well, I'm not using that anymore, so I can scrap it. It just gives me wood. Electrical parts. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot I can scrap. I could scrap these crossbow bolts. Forge. Don't think I can make a forge yet. What do I need for it? Can I even make it yet? Okay. Forge. No, it's locked. Workstation level 5. Okay. Oh. Pack mule. Still need one more level of strength before I can get a pack mule. Ooh, didn't I get a... Where did it go? Where did my module go? Welcome back. Am I blind? Where is it? Do I do the kernel thing during installation or configure in grub? If you've configured grub correctly, if you've configured grub correctly, it should, when you install the new kernel after you're done fully installing, it should automatically add a blah 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 blah. It should update the grub config when you install the new kernel. And basically all you'd do is you would select then the Zen kernel and go from there. And it should give you the option also to switch between the two. So if you want to go back to, if you find that the Zen kernel isn't helping, you can usually swap back. Yes. Stop breaking my door. Ow. Get out from. Stop breaking my house. You guys are, you bastards. Why did I reload? Oh my god. Yeah. Keep reloading out of habit. Oops. I would like... Okay. Oh, no, you're still alive. Okay. I'm alive. Barely. All right. Where did my rocks go? Oh, they're right there. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Repair you. Repair you. Drop off. Lose my mouse. I also, if related to 7 days, if you choose to install and play 7 days now, I would recommend not using the native Linux versions because they're awful. There's a native Vulkan and a native OpenGL, and they both have... I mean, granted, the game in general is fairly poorly optimized, but the Linux the OpenGL and Vulkan versions have massive memory leaks, and you run into one building, spawn zombies, and your frame rate just starts tanking, even if you have, you know, higher specs. It's pretty bad. Back when I recently upgraded my RAM, I was still running on 16 gigs, and within the first 10 minutes of running the game, just the RAM usage, not even the video RAM. Video RAM usage was topped out 8 gigs with the card I had at the time. But the system RAM had jumped from 5 gigs starting to like 12 in about 10 minutes, 10, 20 minutes. So I definitely don't recommend using the native clients for 7 days. I absolutely recommend using the DirectX 11 with Proton. Not even the first game I've had that issue with. There's a lot of games that the developers kind of throw out clients, you know, with, oh, just we get the Linux version out there, and they don't bother testing them. Notebook in about 2 weeks. $200 cheaper without OS, which is like, that's fair. Yeah, if you absolutely want to have, you know, the likelihood of system issues, and you actually want to learn, you know, the ins and outs of your system, obviously Arch is a very good option. If you'd rather have something that's quick and easy to go, but still has the power of the rolling release cycle of Arch behind it, CatchyOS is a good option. I think Regatta is another one. Manjaro is okay. They're better than they used to be. They had some really major problems where they weren't keeping up to the rolling release schedule of Arch, so everything was getting behind. But then they were letting in packages that were newer into their update cycle, and it was causing a bunch of crashing. Try Linux for some time now. Yeah. I mean, especially if you plan on doing any gaming on it, Linux gaming is as good as it's been so far.
Great. Here you go. Don't
Now,
spend it all in one place.
under mod schematic, electrical tapes. Do you have pests? Yeah, we'll do tactical warfare. Any jobs? Clear zombies.
Well, come to think of it, I do have a task. Let's get one thing straight. You're not working with me. You're working for me.
And actually, Arch install, the Arch install script gives you an option to choose between like the Zen kernel, the default kernel, and the long-term support kernel. So if you wanted to install it just out the get-go, that is also an option. Since when does... That might be a version 1.2 thing. I remember having to hold down shift, but apparently now you have to do is tap shift and you will just run continuously until you run out of stamina. Yeah. Arch install, I mean, it's still not a graphical interface installation, but it does work fairly well. It gives you a nice base system to start with. Now what you got to do is you got to go through the old school way of installing Gentoo, where you had to get into a basic bash and install each section of the operating system one at a time. That's what you got to do. I remember the first time, this was in like 2008, 2007, somewhere around there. First time I installed Gentoo, and it took me to do the full Gentoo system install and actually get to just a basic command line. I still hadn't installed X or any kind of graphical environment, and it took me 16 hours. Because I went from basic Ubuntu usage to let's install Gentoo. That was fun. Yeah, the whole install took 16 hours. Which, don't get me wrong, if you set up Gentoo properly, you can have a really kick-ass system that's super well optimized for your setup. My biggest issue is just because you have to compile everything. Installing anything takes forever. Because everything has to be compiled specifically for your system. Oh, hey, I've been here before. Die. Not in this playthrough. Oops. Basic Windows usage. Let's install Arch. Yeah. Honestly, Debian... I like Debian. I don't like that it is wildly behind, even if you use the testing repositories. It's still, what, a year behind on average? But, like, if you use the stable repos, they're still running on a kernel that was released 2 years ago. Yeah, they're still running on 6.1. You can go with the unstable, which is referred to as SID. Yep, nope. You have to make sure that sudo is installed, or you get nothing. And that actually is in the option for installing sudo is in the Arch install script also. Of course, I find vitamins after my freaking weakness is gone. Actually, it's kind of funny with the whole Gentoo system. I'd say about I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. Ooh, a hunting knife, sweet. 3 or 4 years ago, they finally introduced a live environment that you can install from instead of having to go through manually compiling every part of the system. You can at the very least get basically set up to a live environment, or I mean, with a live environment. Oh, okay. Of course, you know, all of the hardcore Gentoo users get very angry about people doing that. But it is an option. Actually, one of my favorite distributions doesn't exist anymore, but it used to be. It was a Gentoo-based distribution called Sabayon. And, ooh, bandolier. Anyway, Gentoo-based distribution called Sabayon or Saboyon, some people called it. But it was set up to be like a premier gaming distro. Back before, you know, switching to Linux became kind of a big thing. You know, because it's Linux use is increasing dramatically. A lot of it has to do with Valve and the Steam Deck. Bastard, get off my screen. There's a bug on my screen. Stop being on my screen. But yeah, this was back before then. You had Sabayon going like, we're gonna be a massive gaming distro, and then they discontinued it in like 2020. I think in 2022, I think they were gonna reform it under a different name, but I don't know. I haven't kept up to date with it. But yeah, back in the day, I really liked Sabayon. Got you into a Gentoo system, which is a process for fairly easily. Though I will admit, nearing the end of their run, they did start to get really bogged down with bloat. I'm going the wrong way. Whee! What desktop environment did you decide to go with? Out of pure curiosity. Or have you been kind of jumping around and testing out environments? I think Debian defaults to GNOME. Plasma. That's fair. I'm actually using Plasma myself. I like GNOME. There is just some Kwin, which is the KDE Plasma compositor, does some things that I prefer when it comes to like window scaling versus Mutter, which is GNOME's compositor. Really unfamiliar and cumbersome. Honestly, a lot of people say that. A lot of people, I hated GNOME when it first came out, when version 3 first came out, because GNOME 2 was really simple, and it was very classical desktop. You know, you had your desktop with your icons, there was menus. It was a little different because there was a system menu, a places menu, and an applications menu. But, you know, it was easy to figure out. And then GNOME 3 was just like, hey, you know how we have all of this already set up? Well, fuck that. We're going to throw this out the gate. And we're going to do this weird, like, hybrid tablet interface. And yeah, GNOME 3 was very unpopular when it first released. Now they're at, like, version 47, I think. Get off my screen. Go away, you stupid moth. Stop. Get off it. Off. Yeah, going from Windows to a tiling window manager, because i3, yeah, that can be an experience.
Hey, asshole, you think
Definitely
you're
requires a lot
pretty
of
smart now,
reading,
don't you?
entirely
Here's your pay,
keyboard based. So
Einstein.
I'm not a big fan of i3, honestly. If I was gonna go with no desktop environment at all, if I were gonna use Xorg, I would absolutely do OpenBox. Just because I like floating window managers. Didn't even get into the thing. I think I wasn't meant to select it from GDM. Oh. No, you should be able to use GDM to get into i3. There might have just been something slightly off with your installation. But no, yeah, I can't stand tiling window managers. And you know, there's a lot of hardcore Linux users that are like, "Oh no, tiling window managers are nothing," and I'm like, "No, I hate it." I'll do that. You're an error. Googled it, didn't I? Fair enough. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if when you were reading through the guides and for installation and whatnot, that you might have potentially missed something. Which could be why like i3 Basic didn't run. Arch install should fix that if that was the case. I know the first time I installed Arch, I actually missed a whole bunch of things required to use any kind of window manager or desktop environment, and I had some struggles. Oh, I'm not sure, but regardless, me personally, I wouldn't recommend i3. Not without a lot of reading first. There's a lot of tiling window managers for, I think i3 is still Xorg only, but there's also a lot of Wayland tiling window managers. Hyperland is one of the most popular, and Sway. So it also depends on if you want to stick with Xorg or if you want to use Wayland. I use Wayland myself just because I prefer, it's a lot smoother than Xorg, but you could run into more issues. I haven't had too many problems, but I know a lot of people have, especially if they're using NVIDIA cards. So Wayland and Xorg, those aren't desktop environments. Those are window manager, or sorry, display managers, display servers, display servers. It's essentially the set of tools to tell your computer to broadcast to a display. Xorg was for a very long time the default display server for all Linux. Problem being is Xorg is very old. It was actually developed in the 70s. And it has not kept up with new changes to the systems. Wayland is newer. I mean, it's not super new, but it is newer, and it's slowly taking over as the default. Actually, if you're using, I just realized you said you were on Plasma. If you're using Plasma, more likely than not, you are using Wayland, because Plasma's default is Wayland now. They still have an Xorg mode, but their default is Wayland. So you're using Wayland if you're using. I do remember you from Beam. How's it going, Rising? All right. Yeah, I actually quit using Beam a little while ago. I switched back to Restream. The only reason I was using Beam was because I was planning to stream to Kick, but I'm not going to stream to Kick. Should get GDM and a preferred DE when manager. Okay. Yeah, I'm also Twitch and YouTube. And, you know, if that's what you want to do, at least for now, Xorg is still a good option. But I'd say in the next 2 or 3 years, Wayland is going to be surpassing it overall. But Xorg currently is tried and true, so it does have less issues than Wayland on average. If you installed Plasma from your login prompt, you should be able to check, and it would be like Plasma Wayland, or it's just Plasma or Plasma X server, something along those lines. If it just says Plasma, then you just have Wayland. My biggest reason I decided to switch back to Restream is because of the Restream bot that merges chats. So like my cousin watches on YouTube, and I've got some people that have started watching me here, and with the Restream bot they can actually chat without having one of them having to go to YouTube or vice versa. Yeah, there's more likely than not you're running Wayland if you just installed the Plasma package. Plasma defaults to Wayland, the current versions. Actually, I think they've defaulted to Wayland since like 4 versions ago, something like that. Stream Elements multi-stream. I might have to have to look into that.
Bum.
See if it's any better than Restream. Restream's doing okay. And I'm not getting the apparently the restream overlay you only see on the restream site, which is interesting.
Hey, Jerk, you need some work? I'd say it's been an honor to work with you, but it would be a lie.
Mix it up. What is mix it up? It's the longest stream I've had in a while. It's a bot used for Twitch, YouTube, and Trovo. Oh. Yeah, I haven't used Mix It Up. I should have when I was using Trovo. Trovo's so dead now, though. Oh yeah, freaking Twitch is doing that. I'm fairly certain Arch install defaults to master boot record, but don't quote me on that one. But yeah, Arch install is really nice. Suspended bot account, so I guess it's back to Stream Elements and Caster Labs. Yeah, that sucks. Alright, let's do this. Time to fetch. Whatever works, I suppose. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? Oh, is that it? Hey there. Lot. Doop, doop. Alright. Haha. Why are you not dead? Oh, shite. Come on. Did you just walk through the razor wire? I think that zombie just walked through the razor wire. Oh shit, oh god. Do I have any food? Oh, is there any food in here maybe? No food. Where is it? I hear zombies. I do not see zombies. That is mildly disturbing. Maybe they're down here. Go down the ladder. That's good to see you too. I've been meaning, I've seen a couple of your streams, and then, like right as I'm getting off to go to bed, I've seen some, and I was gonna pop in and say hello, but I need to try and get into some more of your streams. Where? I would like to know where they are coming from. I was actually telling one of my viewers, Siren, earlier, I was telling her that I wasn't probably going to be online when she woke back up, and I might still be online when she wakes up. So I was like, oh yeah, I was getting ready to go to bed anyway. And yeah, I'm still playing. Where the fuck is that? Is it just like through the wall? No. It's gotta be outside. Ooh. Come on, come on. Haha. Shoot. There we go. Come here, Shamway. Give me your stuff. Ooh, there's not very good food, but at least something. Ooh, there's another food. Oh, scrap that. Ammo. Yay! Oh, where is it? It's over there somewhere, so it must be right there. I didn't even have to go through the freaking building. It was outside. Kind of funny when I was setting up Restream earlier. Setting up OBS earlier to stream to Restream, and it was trying to put my bitrate at like 8,000.
Well, look here, boys. We got ourselves a real-life hero, and now he wants to be paid.